All right, we have some bigger problems than we thought here. Well, it sounds like it's running on 1.5 cylinders again. I noticed that if I start it up and have yeah, that's idling right there. But if you notice, I got nothing here. So no suction whatsoever. It should cut off right there. So it's not actually pulling air through the carburetor at all. And if you notice, listen to this. So I already did a compression test on both cylinders, and that one over there was less than this one. And that's the cylinder that's running good. So we're going to do a leak down test here to confirm that it doesn't sound like it's coming out of the exhaust. And it's not blowing back through the carb either. So we need to figure out where it's going. Whether the rings are going or something. Rings or exhaust valve didn't seat in something. So we're going to pull both plugs out, and I'll get my leak down gauge out and we'll set it up, see what's going on. So before we do the leak down, I'm going to go ahead and do the compression test again on both sides. This thing's got a little heat into it now. All right, let's see what we got here. Remember to hold your throttle wide open there. We'll see how the needle jumps. Yeah, we're about 125 still on the right cylinder, 130 maybe. So we got good compression on that cylinder. It just ain't sucking nothing through the port there. And the right cylinder ain't heating up either. Took forever to get warm. This left one though, it's pretty hot. So we'll find out here in a couple minutes what exactly is going on here. I think manual says it's, you're looking at this thing, this low compression engine's only 8.2 to 1, that it should be right around 120, which we got more than 120 on the right cylinder. So regardless, we are going to have to do a top end on this thing. Something ain't right there. It could be a cam worn out that it ain't actually opening the intake valve. If the cam's worn out or the cam or one of the lifters is toast. Hadn't seen any signs of that, but that don't mean anything. All right, let's do this left cylinder here. Yeah, it's about the same, slightly less, maybe 125. So they're both about the same compression-wise. All right, so what we need to do is I got it in 5th gear here. Both plugs are out. We need to bring it up to top dead center on the compression stroke on this cylinder. Okay, we're moving along. Now to verify the top dead center here, I usually stick something soft in there to tap the piston. Nothing that's going to scar the piston, nothing that's breakable. Something sort of hard like a pencil, not a pencil, but a dowel pen or wooden dowel or something like that. I got this pen here that I can use. You don't want to break anything off in there or scar up the piston, so use something soft. And then if you want to verify your top dead center, you can check the mark on the flywheel over there, but we're close enough. So what you want to listen for, you take the dipstick out too, or if you have a breather out, you can usually hear it through the breather valve, but just take the dipstick out. So what you're looking for is if you have an air blowing back out the carburetor, indicates the intake valve is either not adjusted or it's not seated. Same way, exhaust valve, if you hear air blowing out the exhaust here, you know the exhaust valve's toast. Which, when I got this thing, the exhaust valve was extremely tight. So chances are the exhaust valve's burnt. But then again, you wouldn't expect it to have the same compression as the other one. So what actually happens here is a compression test is going to tell you, yeah, there's something wrong. Or in this case, it isn't saying anything's wrong because it's the same as the other cylinder. You're basically comparing cylinders with a compression test. You know, if it was an 8-cylinder and you had 7 cylinders that read 150 and you had one that read 90, well, you know that one that read 90, there's something wrong with it. I mean, regardless, you're taking it apart. But you wouldn't really know why, other than taking it apart and visual inspection of components. Leakdown is going to point you in the right direction. You know, are the rings leaking? Or the valves leaking? Or even a blown head gasket. You can tell that too. If it starts blowing air out past head gasket, you know, either the head gasket's screwed or head bolts are loose or something. All we're going to do here is you're going to hook that up, and then I'm going to have to run the compressor and hook it up to here. So basically all you're doing is comparing whatever your line pressure is to what's on this side of the gauge to tell you. And really, you should have less than probably 10% leak down. That's pretty much the standard 10% on a fresh engine that's broken in. You know, maybe 2-3%. Typically, you want less than 5%. But on something that you're unsure of, that's old and obviously beat up, you're not really sure. So we're going to find out what it is here. It could just be the intake valve needs adjustment, or valves. But I got to tell you, I'm sort of thinking that because when it was running there, usually if it's an intake valve, it'll blow back out. Get out of here. Won't necessarily suck in real good, but it'll blow back through the carburetor, and it wasn't blowing back through the carburetor, which would lead you to believe that the intake valve is seated good. The exhaust valve, you can't really hear it, but like I said, it's pointing me towards the exhaust valve being toast, because like I said, when I got it, the exhaust valve was extremely tight as far as the adjustment goes. But we'll see here in a minute. Get off me, cat. Let me fire this compressor up and let it get up to speed here. Okay, now before we actually start, Usually want to take the rear and set the tire down on the ground so it's not going to spin, because this thing, you're putting line pressure in the cylinder and sometimes it'll want to turn the wheel. So we're probably going to try and hold the brake and set this down slightly on the ground here. See how that works out. Hopefully it don't go flying forward. And we got a lot of leak down there. Just don't hear where it's coming from. Actually, it sounds like it's coming out of the oil fill hole. Yeah, it's coming out of there. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Pretty good, so looks like rings, maybe cylinder. We'll start tearing this thing down and see. Just hoping not to have to do this, but oh well, it is what it is. So I don't fear anything coming past the exhaust valve out of either of the exhausts there. So it looks like we're at rings, I guess. So I guess that's next. Start tearing that thing down, pricing shit out, see what we got to do here. All right, cool. Well, not cool, but cool at the same time. So that's a longer project than I thought. But oh well. So that's what a leak down tells you. So basically what happened here, rings are leaking on this side, being either the cylinder screwed, the piston screwed, or the rings themselves. Regardless, it's coming apart. So we'll do both cylinders, and that's why we didn't have one pulling the vacuum through the carb there. So no carb signal. But it is what it is. It's just a piece of machinery. And that's the basic leak down. Applies to motorcycles, lawnmowers, cars, airplanes, piston type airplane engines, whatever. So you can tell. Anyway, hope everybody has a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking all that stuff. And we'll continue on with this thing. So the truth is, it's probably going to be next year before I get, maybe this winter. We'll see. Have to see how much actual damage we have in there. As far as push rods, cam, lifters, valves, whatever. At this point, we just know that the rings are dead. We'll do an inspection on it once I get it apart here. Take care.